This is the Pas de Calais coalfield in the north of France. In March of 1906, one company owned 10 pits here, and most of the region worked for it. At 6:30 on the morning of March 10th, something ignited far underground. No one has ever agreed on exactly what. What's certain is that coal dust did the rest, and the fire found gallery after gallery, pit after pit, all of it connected, far below the surface. 1,099 miners were killed. It remains the worst mining disaster Europe has ever recorded, second worst in the world, after a colliery fire in China, decades later. About 500 men reached the surface on their own in the first chaotic hours. Below them, more than 1,000 did not. French engineers went down first. 2 days later, a rescue party arrived from the coal fields of Germany, men from the Ruhr, with breathing equipment the French mines simply didn't have. The two countries were not exactly friends that spring. They went underground together anyway. Within days, the company's engineers made a decision. They reversed the mine's ventilation and sealed off sections. To fight the underground fire, they said, and preserve the coal seam. By then, they believed no one below could still be alive. One newspaper editor asked the question plainly, within days of the sealing. 20 days passed. The dead were still being counted. Everyone still unaccounted for below was presumed to be one of them. Then, on the morning of March 30th, 13 men walked out of pit number 2 alive. 20 days in absolute dark. They had eaten what oats they found in the mine stable, and a pit horse they killed with their own pickaxes. They drank what dripped from the walls. 13 men, ages 14 to 40. The youngest, Victor Martin, was 14 years old. 5 days after that, a 14th man was found, alone in a different shaft. He had been down there even longer. By then, the coal field was already on strike. 50,000 miners, then more, walked out over wages, over hours, and over a company that had just shown, in the clearest way possible, how little a life below ground was worth to it. The government's answer to the coalfield's grief was troops. Somewhere between 20 and 30,000 of them, depending which account you read. The strike lasted almost 2 months. It ended the way most of them do: exhaustion, hunger, and a 10% raise. The company never agreed to rehire the men it had fired or help the widows with rent. No one, not the company, not its engineers, was ever found responsible. Not for the disaster, not for the decision to seal the mine. A state commission cleared them within weeks. A court confirmed it the following year. Today, a mass grave at the edge of 2 villages holds 272 men who were never identified, burned too badly to be told apart. It's part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site now. Every March 10th, the region still gathers there. This march marked 120 years. I read the inquiry. I read the court record. Both say the same thing. No one was to blame. The 13 who walked out on their own said something different, just by doing it. 13 walked out.